Live well, be healthy, be great. It's your man living my truth, and I feel great. It's a beautiful day today. This journey that I've been on this transformation started about 2 months ago. I've been making changes in my life. I've been seeing changes in my life. I'm eating less. I'm exercising more. I brought a NutriBullet, and it's extremely convenient, and it's an easy way for me to get in uh, all of my fruits and vegetables. I knocked that out first thing in the morning. So that's a little bit of an update. I feel great, and pretty soon you'll be able to see the results. I feel the results. I see the results, but it's really about the internal changes that's happening. So it's like planting that seed. It takes a little while before that seed actually can spread its roots and dig its roots into the ground and start breaking the surface. By the time you see the seed sprout and break the surface, a lot of work has already been done underground. So with that being said, let's just hop right into it. Today we're talking about the idea of success and failure. The idea of success and failure. And I call them ideas. These are different, in my opinion. These are ideas that you have to invest into in order for them to become your reality. And I say that because personally, it doesn't make sense to me to try to separate the two ideas. I feel like they're one and the same. They belong together. If you're going to use these ideas and use this as a means of shaping your reality or shaping your life, they belong together. They're two sides of the same coin. Success and failure. Let me explain. I remember years ago I used to do business with this cable company. And this cable company spent a lot of money to put us through a lot of training so that we can understand people and be confident enough to turn complete strangers into our friends, because people only do business with friends. That was their perspective. So to go from a stranger to a friend and create a sale within a few moments was the type of training that they gave us. So with that being said, I went through the training. I come back from training and I go into sales. And one thing I quickly realized is the top person in sales didn't listen to none of the training, but they understood one thing. And that one thing that they understood is sales is a numbers game. So it's not about picking the right people to talk to. It's about talking to as many people as possible. It's a numbers thing. The more people you talk to, the more likely you are to get a sale. So my point is this. This guy, he wasn't the most articulate person because he had a stuttering issue. And he still was the highest grossing person in our department in sales. Because one thing this guy understood is putting odds in his favor. So with that being said, our quota was 20 sales. However, if I only spoke to 20 people, chances are I wouldn't get those 20 sales. However, if I talk to 100 people, I have a greater chance of getting those 20 sales. But I also expose myself to a greater chance of rejection. So that's where people's fear can come into play, because most people are afraid of rejection. They are afraid of failure. But the other side of that dynamic is the most successful person in our department exposed itself to the most amount of people, which in turn also exposed them to the greatest level of failure. Because to reach those 30 sales that he got, and our quota was only 20, to reach those 40 sales that he got, and our quota was only 20, he still exposed himself to 60 experiences of rejection, 60 experiences of failure. So this is the part where I said the idea doesn't make sense, especially if you separate the two. Because if you keep count, he had 40 wins, but he had 60 losses. So if you're keeping count, then his losses outweighs his victories. But no one keeps count of the losses, because the only thing that matters is the victory. And you can have 100 losses, but the change in life occurs with only one victory. One breakthrough is all you need. In the midst of 100 failures, 100 no's, 100 losses. So one thing I realized in terms of this whole idea of success and failure is it's two sides of the same coin. Oftentimes, the most successful people are also the people that have the most failures in life. But we don't call them the greatest failed person because we only focus on their victories. My point is this. If you want to achieve this idea of success, you cannot be afraid of rejection. You cannot be afraid to fail, because to fear failure, to fear rejection, to fear defeat is to also fear success. They are the same thing. I would encourage you to adopt this mindset, or adopt the understanding that success and failure is not something that we should keep score of or keep track of, or something we should base our life on, or if I'm not successful, then I don't have value. It's not something to identify yourself as. I'm successful, I'm unsuccessful. I want you to adopt this mindset, or the idea, or the philosophy that success is a mindset. Success is a way of life. Success and failure are mindsets, but let's just focus on success. Success is a mindset that creates the reason to execute action. It's a motivation, it's a mindset, it's a driving force, and it starts within. So you are successful the moment that you say out loud, I am successful. You literally become the best the moment you say out loud, I am the best. And then once your actions come right behind that, and you do it every day without keeping count, that's how you manifest change in your life. Stop keeping count. Stop tracking all your failures, your so-called failures. It's only a failure when you stop trying. Never give up. Never keep count. Do what it takes every day until you get where you want to go. No matter what it takes. Do it. Do it every day. Don't keep count. Don't keep track of your losses versus your victories, because the count's never going to make sense. Some of the most successful people that I've studied, and I'm just going to name a few people and I'm going to name these people because they have openly talked about being homeless at one point in their life, right? And that's Steve Harvey, Tiffany Haddish, and Dr. Eric Thomas. These people have openly talked about being homeless and hitting their rock bottom. And that experience helped them to shape them to become who they are today. And I can attest to that. Hitting my rock bottom created another set of circumstances. Hitting my rock bottom created a set of circumstances that came after that got me exactly to where I am today. It caused me to study more. It caused me to learn some things about myself that I had no idea was there. And then because I'm a private person, because I have this internal drive that I really want to be my best. It caused me to study myself. It caused me to challenge myself in ways that I never challenged myself before. And that's because I experienced the worst failure I've experienced in my life. Caused me to change my life and start creating and start achieving some of my biggest victories up until this point in my life. So stop keeping count. Success and failure is the same thing. To fear failure is to also fear success. They're two sides of the same coin. And so that was on my heart. I just wanted to share that. And I know that these words will add value to your life. Live well, be healthy, be great. It's your man, living my truth. Peace.